Hello and welcome to episode number 235 of the Armin Show podcast. We are in the place to be. I'm here with none other than who?
Hi, I'm Kai Boyer. I'm a master trainer out of Irvine, California. Thank you for having me on the show today.
Glad to. You are a fitness coach. I want to point out I've had a leadership coach on last episode. I've had a life coach on previously, and once a spiritual coach, but no fitness coaches. Well, the first thing that came to mind was, how early in life did you realize, wait a minute, this is my category? Exercise, fitness, this is what I fit with.
I had always been an athlete, so I had always worked out a lot, really maintained a healthy lifestyle. After I got injured playing college sports, I started rehabbing myself and then really working on my injuries. And that's when I realized I could help other people through physical rehabilitation, through fitness, through sports medicine. And that's where I really started my journey here.
That's cool. We are in Irvine, California, a cool place to be. What is one thing people should know about Irvine, California in the first place?
Irvine has, a lot of diversity. It's a great city to live in. It's the safest city in America.
I didn't know that.
It is. So that's one of the fun facts about Irvine.
Nobody will steal our microphones during this interview.
No one will. I promise you that.
That's great. When you first started doing fitness coaching, what was the first thing you had to adjust to or figure out that was confusing?
I think really learning each person's body and being able to see how far I can push them, being able to see how I can best connect with them and really lead them on their journey was one of the hardest things and also one of the most important things to be able to really coach people.
Now, did you build up clients one by one by having people tell one another? How did you start building up a client base? And if you could also closer.
I had started my journey at LA Fitness, actually that one right there, as a master trainer. And I built my clientele base from there and just word of mouth, referrals. I did a lot of marketing. I just, I really, hit the sidewalks the first couple of years and try to bring in as many people as I could and get my name out there.
That's cool. I like hitting the sidewalks. Long live Los Angeles and their sidewalks over there. What are some of the main issues people have in the fitness category that you attack?
Really one of the main things is what people eat, is being able to change their diet, make them more conscious what they're putting in their body. And really even the alcohol they're putting in their body is one of the biggest things, is people don't understand, how much trans fat and how much, sodium or sugar, what's in everything that they eat and they drink. Did you always have good nutrition the whole time from when you were 0? No, I didn't. And definitely in college, I did not eat and drink the right things.
No.
So that.
What were these things you were eating? What were some of these not good things?
I ate a lot of donuts. I did.
A bunch of donuts.
I ate donuts. I ate Oreos. It wasn't a good time. It wasn't. I was an athlete, so I played 6 hours of tennis a day. I thought I could eat anything, and unfortunately, you can't.
It didn't work.
You cannot work a bad diet.
Really? Even with 6 hours of tennis, you couldn't eat a bunch of donuts and be fine?
It doesn't help.
I guess that makes sense. It has to be the right.
You still have to eat the right things.
What do you currently eat? What is an average diet for you right now? And should regular people eat that diet as well?
I mean, everyone's different. I really try to work with my clients on building a healthy diet, if they're vegan, if they're kosher, whatever they may be. I eat all types of fish and meat. So usually I'll start my morning off with some oatmeal. For lunch, I'll have salmon or tuna fish. And then for dinner, usually chicken or beef. So a lot of protein, a lot of complex carbs, and your veggies.
Is that sort of I've noticed, is it every day the same exact thing? Is any variety needed or not really?
I try to really mix it up. Usually I'll eat the same thing about twice a week, but I try to have a lot of variation throughout the days in what I meal prep in.
I remember one time I saw a YouTube video of somebody making 30 meals in a row at the same time, and then boom, that was the next 30 meals for the whole week. It seemed a little bit lacking variation.
It definitely gets boring if you're eating chicken and rice every single day. So that's why I try to mix in salmon. I try to mix in tuna, chicken, steak, beef. So just try to keep it interesting. Also, especially with the complex carbs, trying different things every week and just try to really push the boundaries and see what new is out there.
Of your current clients, what diet issues have you resolved in them?
Really just usually cutting out alcohol is the biggest change and the hardest part for them. But especially in women, you lose so much weight as soon as you stop drinking that's usually one of the biggest changes I'll make for my clients.
What percentage of your clients are women?
Probably close to 90%.
90%?
Yeah. I'm a female. We're pretty female based.
Is it structured Can other people, do you run classes? How does it work? Do you meet with them one-on-one? Is there ever 2-on-1? What's the setup there?
So we have a lot of different options. There's both myself and I have other trainers that work for me. We offer private sessions, both in-home, in office, and at our training facility. And we also do group training, which is like 2 to 3 clients that train together. So we offer a range of services.
That's pretty cool. People like some sort of variety. What do you think about people who take classes at gyms? Is it like motivating, basically having someone say, yo, you got to do this? What's the main draw of classes at gyms in your mind?
A lot of it really is kind of the social aspect, especially for women, getting to know the other women there, knowing who they're going to run into at the gym. And that's one of the kind of the cool things about my program is so many of my girls become friends and they create that companionship. So I think that's really special because it helps to motivate each other. It keeps each other more accountable. So I think there's a lot of benefits to having more of that kind of group environment.
Yeah. The social aspect is a nice thing. Everybody gets happier.
Especially,
I'm part of a group. What is, like in the past year, this is always good to check, your own goals that you've had for fitness? Do you set them? Do you meet them? Where are you at for your own fitness?
That's a tough question. I
only ask tough questions. That's all I know.
Obviously, we do a lot of photo shoots, we do video shoots, and I'm very critical of my body. And, each one to the next, sometimes I'll notice, I got a better cut one time than that next, or, I felt like, my body didn't come out as good during that cut as I would have liked. So it's still a really learning experience and seeing, how my body changes and transforms.
Mm. Is it more for looks, like power movements, or like flexibility?
It's kind of a combination of everything, because if you try to go out there and lift heavy and power lift without being flexible, you're going to tear something.
Yes.
But also you have to kind of have, I don't teach a whole lot of powerlifting, but we'll do some heavy lifting, but mainly we focus more on toning, shaping, and leaning out. Especially for female clients, we're not looking to bulk up. We're not looking to build a whole lot of muscle. Really nothing like that.
That's pretty cool. At what exact age were you like, I really like this exercise stuff in school or wherever? Where was it you were like, 18. I'm different from the person next to me?
I was 18 when I got my personal training certification, and I've been doing this 6 years now. So it's stuck with me.
When you were like, let's say 9, did you feel like I liked some sort of activity more than the other person, or could you not sense that at that time?
Because I was playing tennis. I played college tennis. I played international and professional tennis. That I never went to school. I was homeschooled K through 11. So it was kind of different. It was a different upbringing. And that's, where I really realized that, I was kind of different than the kids around me.
Oh, also take us through your path, maybe your schooling, and how you got to current.
So I was homeschooled K through 11 for my tennis career because I was traveling, went to all different tournaments. I was sponsored.
What is homeschooling like?
It was awesome. It was a great experience because you're more self-paced, you're more independent, you're able to kind of really focus on things that you enjoy. It's a little bit more of, you're really independent. I went to high school my senior year, and then I went to college at UCSB where I played on the tennis team.
You went to UCSB Inside Information. No big deal.
Oh, you did? I didn't know
that. We
that.
competed. We beat you guys. No, I'm kidding. I didn't play tennis.
Oh.
But I did go to UCSB.
Did you? How fun.
Yeah. I went
fantastic.
there. 2000 until 2009, somewhere around there. Great school.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
You played tennis there, you said?
I did.
Okay. How did that go?
I ended up getting injured, and after that I stopped playing tennis, and I moved back to Irvine, and I completed my degree at UC Irvine, and that's when I really built my personal training business while I was still in college. So that was definitely a different experience because I wasn't like the other kids around me.
Are you able to play tennis now? Is the injury still there?
I haven't played in a number of years.
Okay.
So.
Fair. Sometimes things go.
Yeah, I don't miss it.
Right.
I don't miss it.
And that, Pat, and then you got your training, and you've been doing since then.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. Tennis, have you played any other sports other than tennis?
Not competitively. I played, different sports here or there, a little golf and, different sports, but nothing competitively.
No. All right, now here's a challenge question here. Let's say somebody, I'm going to mention different workouts. What would this person add to their workout? This is a test of a fitness coach, okay? Somebody does, I'm just going to mention 8 of them, okay? Like bicep curls, pull-ups, bench press, or just vertical press, this thing, that thing, and then those main ones. Okay, what does that person add to their upper body? Boom.
Well, you didn't do any shoulders in your workout, so you need little shoulders there. You're gonna need little triceps with that.
How important are shoulders and/or triceps?
It really depends on the look you're going for, especially for a man to have broad shoulders. Kind of really like fills out your shirts. It really helps like broaden, your kind of your V taper. So I think shoulders are an important part.
Right. Now for lower body, let's say somebody's doing leg press, leg lifts. I'm not saying these are expert things. Those two, and then squats. What would they add to their leg exercises?
Deadlifts. So you need that posterior chain work. So leg press, leg extension, squats are all an anterior movement. So you definitely want to work on that posterior chain, which is going to be your hamstrings, your glutes, and your low back. So that's going to be your deadlifts. That's going to be your back extensions, anything like that. You also probably want to mix in some lunges in there.
That's cool. Have you competed in some competitions of some form, as you described?
No, I haven't. Not yet.
What would you compete in if you competed in something?
I would probably do a bikini competition, do something, on the smaller side. I'm not looking to, a lot of the girls get into these big, like, physique or figure categories. I'm not looking to do anything like that.
What has been the best way to grow your fitness coaching? Is it word of mouth, or is it being on this podcast? Joe, okay, could be, who knows? Or is it, what has been a way that has developed?
I don't think, I can credit one thing or another. You have to really have all the avenues. That's why, you have to constantly be doing content creation for Instagram, for Facebook, for YouTube. A lot of it is word of mouth, for what you pay in ad spend to be able to market and be able to bring in enough leads for what you can get in referrals. And especially when your clients who have seen incredible results are going out there and telling their friends or family, whoever it is, hey, look at how much my body's changed. Usually people see it too. And that's usually the biggest part, is they're sold before they even come in.
Right. Don't try to sell the unsellable. Work
Correct.
with the people who are already on your team. I've talked about that in different concepts before. It's a nice feature. If somebody's working with you, that's the best thing you can have. If somebody's not working with you, onward, boom. There's people that are working with you. Speaking of people that are working with you, classic segue, I got to throw this in there. You are getting connected with an individual, aka marriage. Are you looking forward to that?
I'm very excited for that. Yeah.
Tell us some about that. How did you meet said individual, and what is the exciting part of this? What are you looking forward to? When are you looking forward to that?
We just locked down our venue this weekend, and we bought our first house last year. So just really looking forward to officially tying the knot and being husband and wife.
What kind of personality characteristics mesh between you two?
I don't know. We're definitely a good balance. So I don't know.
There's some fill in gap. That's kind of a nice feature. Sometimes one person fills in some things for the other person.
Yeah, we definitely balance each other out.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Balance is good. If it's too similar, that would never happen. Then it would just be too similar, and it'd be kind of like a repelled force. It's like magnets.
Yeah. You don't want to date yourself.
No. That doesn't even make sense. Pretty good. Now, I want to go in some, as far as specific, because you have a sense of like the science behind the body and the physiology. What are some of the key parts of the body people don't focus on? What's the issue that can develop over time if they don't focus on it?
A lot of people don't like to stretch. I think that's the biggest thing, is that people want to work out, or they'll jump right into working out without warming up or without stretching. And that's where they really get injured. They'll injure their back, they'll injure their hamstrings. There's a lot of different injuries that occur if you don't warm up and cool down properly.
How long of a stretching session should somebody do?
Usually I like my clients to come in at least 10 minutes early to warm up. Basically you want to break a sweat before you work out, and then really just stretching, 4 to 5 minutes before you start.
Speaking of stretching, the back and the lower back, have you seen anybody with like issues with that part of their body, and what can be done to assist that?
Really, we focus on stabilizing the spine, so we work on strengthening their obliques, strengthening their low back muscles, their lats, all the muscles around it, and that really helps to reduce their back pain, be able to sleep better, stand better, sit better, all of those things.
Have you seen anybody with, or is it possible that someone with a spine that's out of alignment, strengthening the muscles around it pulls it back into alignment, or is that not a thing?
It depends if it's something, a lot of women come in, if they carry their baby on one side, they'll get curvature in their spine. But if it's something like scoliosis or something that, they're kind of born with, there's not much we can do with that.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. I used to do yoga, and if you can't really touch your toes and stuff, yoga's not the same. Everybody else is having an easier time, and it's like a challenge of sorts, but still worth trying. Have you done yoga? Do you like it, or is it like nah?
I've tried it. I'm going to yoga class actually tonight, but not
cool.
something, I do a whole lot of. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. It's different from what I do. I love to kind of venture out into different kind of segues that are similar to what I do, and just learn new things, and pick up a few new moves.
Have you connected with any other categories? I don't know. Cryotherapy, does that connect in any way?
Yeah,
Or
so actually at the
green juicing?
facility I'm at, we have pretty much every like health and wellness service under the sun. So we do have cryotherapy, we have physical therapy, massage therapy, literally everything you can imagine. So we're pretty well connected, and that's one of the big reasons we can help clients in a lot of different ways, because we have so many people that are experts in different areas.
What would you say your main area of expertise is? How would you describe that sets you apart from other fitness
I think
coaches?
really my athletic training, because I have the tennis background, I'm able to help athletes with more athletic movements, tennis specific, golf specific, whatever sport they're looking to improve kind of their skills and abilities for, versus just a personal training that strictly does like weight loss or strength training.
What are the biggest issues that tennis players and golf players have with their body to correct?
Usually flexibility, so tightness in the hamstrings or tightness in the IT band really restricts their movements.
The T-band?
IT band.
IT band?
Yes.
Where's that?
That runs up the side of your quad.
Oh, okay.
So this painful little guy here.
Yeah.
So that's usually a big one. That's tough for people.
Oh. Has anybody come to you with like they pulled a muscle or something heavily injured and then they came to you?
Yes, I've worked with a lot of clients after surgeries. I'm working with a patient right now after a major stroke. So I've worked with hundreds of clients, so we've kind of seen it all at this point.
What's one thing that would assist you? Do you have any like mentors that you look at, or people that you're like, I'd like to have an operation sort of like that?
There's a lot of people that I admire different parts of their program, and love to see what they're doing and how they're innovating. There isn't necessarily one person that I strictly align with, but I love to see kind of all, the people around me that are growing, succeeding, and really what they're doing.
Do you recommend that a person works out, let's say, 2 times a week, and then maybe swims 2 times a week? If someone was working out and or swimming and they wanted to have a just solid physique but doesn't get much bigger, would you tell them to work out more, swim less? What would be your suggestion as far as workouts and swims?
So usually kind of my suggestion is to work out 4 days a week, at least.
At least.
Most of my clients see me 2 for strength training, and then they have to do another 2 days on their own. So whether it's a Zumba class, whether it's spin class, whether it's going for a swim, I'm happy with any of those options as long as you're active, you're getting your body moving. So that's something that I try to really help my clients in building that routine.
And then if that same client wanted to increase their muscle strength, then how many of those workouts should be weight-based?
Then we probably do like 3 days of strength at least. But really for building muscle too, it's a lot of the diet. It's eating enough protein, and really like putting enough in your body all the time so that you're not in a calorie deficit.
Is it a bad idea to eat a bunch of protein, like just an obscene amount before working out?
Yes.
Yeah. What's the negative there?
Because protein isn't going to help you before you work out.
Yeah.
Protein's meant for after you work out. It's to help rebuild and recover your muscles.
So it'll be useless before a workout?
It's pretty useless before a workout. Before a workout, you want to have a complex carb. A complex carb is going to give you energy. It's going to give you fuel. That's what's going to really get you through that workout.
Is that a banana, by the way?
That's not a banana. That's a fruit.
Oh, okay. Like a pear? What's the best complex carb you would eat before a workout?
Usually like a brown rice cake. Usually I'll have like a brown rice cake with like a little bit of peanut butter or a little bit of jam or something like that. So you have a little bit of sugar and complex carbs.
So if you were going to eat eggs, you would eat them after a workout, for example?
Yes.
Inside information that people would want to know.
Picked up something new.
Could be me. Could be somebody else. Now, I'm going to turn this around because I always like to flip it out of nowhere with no segue. What is one question you have for the interviewer at this moment? Boom, flipped.
How did you segue through all these questions?
They come to my mind. That's
a good question.
Yours is a good question.
I know.
Yeah.
I want to know the answer because you just flew through all of that.
Well, yes. There's a lot I think about. This is the thing. There's a reason, not to build myself in my form, but that I might have a show and some might not. I have a lot of thoughts and ideas and concepts, and some individuals might have not as many ideas and concepts.
You have a lot of thoughts and ideas. I see them.
Bunches. I'm holding back, frankly. So that is the main reason. It's really good if you have it. That's why I early on, glad you asked that. Early on in my episodes, I would include individuals that might not have so much to say, but it would be kind of interesting. But later I switched to people who are like, they have something to say. They put out a book, or this is their thing, and they want to mention something because it's a nice fit, and those are my individuals. And then maybe the individual who's like, I don't know what I'd say, maybe they should not be on some sort of show,
I agree.
And then also I like non-contextual segues. I like non-contextual in general because I don't like everything to be so weighted. Life is kind of light.
You like sporadic?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like light-natured. Tomorrow I get hit by a helicopter smushes me, right? Until then, I was rolling. But if I have a heavy weight, it looks weird after you get smushed by a helicopter. Because then it's like, why'd you take things so seriously? You just got smushed by a helicopter. It makes sense after. So I have to wait until I get smushed by a helicopter. And people are like, oh, he was wise.
Let's maybe not wait for that.
Say again?
Let's maybe not wait for that.
Right. Good point. We want things to... Right, we can see things beforehand. Sometimes there's like books where like person had to have a heart attack before they realize like, oh, I should have tried these things. Maybe do those things before the heart attack. It's like that's like a life. Speaking of which, what books do you read? What insights do you go towards? Do you read books? Do you follow any people that have insightful messages, or what do you direct yourself towards in that category?
I just I've read a lot of like motivational books, a lot of like books for like entrepreneurs, mainly like more so fitness entrepreneurs. How to grow, scale, kind of expand your business, your influence, all of those type of things.
Mm-hmm. Anything like Tim Ferriss or Tony Robbins or Gary Vaynerchuk or Grant?
I do like Gary Vaynerchuk, yeah.
He's a good business individual. Do you check his stuff? Do you follow kind of his guidelines?
I've seen a lot of his stuff. There isn't necessarily one person in particular that I follow. But I do like a lot of Gary Vee stuff.
Yeah. It's nice to see he has messages. He can't wait to put stuff out. So it makes sense. And some people, if they don't have so much, that's okay. They might rather have an IPA at happy hour. And that's a different way to express oneself. Oh, speaking of which, what is the way you found early on? Does the way you take in information? Do you like mostly video, audio, text, or in person?
I'm a very visual person, so I need to kind of see it or watch it and really be able to absorb it and digest it.
Do you lean more towards Instagram or YouTube?
I'm probably more on Instagram, but I think there's a lot of insightful stuff on YouTube. Instagram videos are 1 minute at max, so there's not a whole lot of, depth to it.
Have you jumped on to TikTok, the sensation of today?
No.
No.
I missed the boat on some of these. I don't have Twitter. I don't have TikTok. I don't have any of these.
Darn it. Oh, no. They're just mediums, TikTok has a lot of memes on it and is popping at this current moment with the 10-year-olds. Long live 10-year-olds. Everybody, at some point, they started off something. Like Facebook started off by a certain group, and then it branches out to everybody. Same with Instagram, was photographers, and so on. It's kind of a cool feature. I like text, like Twitter and Reddit kind of thing. Those are mine. Have you used Reddit? No.
I've used it, but I don't.
That's not your thing.
Yeah.
That's fair. This one's related, because soon I'm going to go in November to Seattle, take a little trip, right? Where are a couple of places you have gone to? What did you like about them, if you have gone to any places?
We've traveled a lot. We did Jamaica last summer, which was amazing.
What's one cool thing about Jamaica? Or one thing you remember about it?
Just really the vibes of it. People were so laid back, and it was a really cool environment.
It was relaxed.
Awesome to be a part of. Yeah, it was beautiful out there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to Maldives next summer for our honeymoon. So that's definitely something that's gonna be a cool experience. I'm looking forward to.
Darn right. That's neat.
Yeah.
Are they far from each other? I don't actually know where they are on the map.
Maldives?
Yeah.
It's like 30 hours away.
Oh. What continent is that on?
It's an island kind of off of Africa-ish.
Oh.
It's pretty far out there.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
But it's an island. We love islands out here.
Yeah.
You go to an island, you're like, boom, it's just my place, just me. North America's kind of like an island, but it's huge, so it doesn't have that same feeling.
We're not quite an island.
No. That's true. If you were going to start a podcast, what would it be called? What would it be about? Sorry, I have so many thoughts and questions.
I don't know. I haven't thought about it, but that I guess is a good reason why I don't have a podcast.
Oh man, snap! What category would it be in though? That one without the name.
I would probably be in the health and something in the health and wellness sector, talking to other, individuals, probably people with different type, maybe like Reiki or yoga or different other type services.
You're more of a doer.
I'm a doer.
Yeah, I always like to make stuff for many years. Yeah, content of various kinds. I'm in the Los Angeles area. What's one spot you like in the Los Angeles area?
I went to Beverly Hills a couple weeks ago. I enjoyed that.
Yeah?
But yeah, I don't know. I haven't explored too much.
No. Well, there is Venice, and it has a cool street and Main Street, and then there is Pacific Palisades. It's kind of like a bubble of its own. And then Silver Lake and Los Feliz has a little bit of spirit and comedy and improv. And then downtown LA has some cool lounges and spots. That's the way I kind of think about it. And then Palos Verdes has a cool library.
I did not know that. I learned something new today.
Yeah, it's got cliffs too. Some people like the cliffs in the corner. And Lunada Bay, it's like a half dome, half moon.
Interesting. I did not know that. I've never been there.
Inside information. There's cliffs.
Very cool.
Yeah. One last thing I want to include in this one. If you had a message to all people of the earth, what would it be regarding fitness? How to get them on the right
start
track.
Today. Really start today.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are so busy with putting it off till New Year's or putting it off till next summer.
Mm-hmm.
And you shouldn't wait to love the body and, love the skin that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
You can start today. Don't pick up French fries on the way home, or don't have, that extra beer tonight. Really watching the things you eat and drink, how much physical activity you're getting, and just really get yourself out there. Make it happen.
I thought of something while you were describing that. I would like to include this part. I'm going to be a random person coming to you as a fitness coach, okay? I'm going to throw in all my, confusion and such, and then we'll see what your response would be, okay? Hi, my fitness has been poor lately. I have been getting very large, and I have not been doing activity much. I need a way to fitness. What would you say? Because I have just been lounging a lot, not working out enough.
So the first thing we'd look at, obviously, is your diet. We'd have you track full 7 days of everything you eat and drink. And then
I eat a lot.
Well, we'd see the details. We'd see every cup of water you drink, literally every detail. And start from there, and then really being able to add in the physical activity, get you on a daily routine, whether you're going to be working out with me every day, or you're going to go to the gym on your own, you're going to go swimming, to a boxing class, whatever it is. So we fully lay out every single day and every single meal for clients.
Let's say I'm eating 3,500 calories a day, and I should be eating 2,800. Are you going to look to reduce my caloric consumption or increase my fitness to make up for my large amount of eating?
Both.
Yeah.
So it's not a one-way street. You can't do one without the other. I have a lot of people that come in and say, hey, I tried a nutrition plan and I didn't lose any weight. Well, unless you're exercising or doing cardio, you're not going to lose weight from just changing your diet. But it still same thing, holds true. If you're exercising but you haven't changed your diet, your body's also not going to transform.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really kind of those two things working synergistically together to get your body to change.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to do weight training, at least for the first few months. What do you suggest I do for those first few months? Is that a thing? I don't know, but I just want to avoid weights for the first 2 months. What might I do?
Have you just on a cardio diet and really focus, or a cardio plan, and just really focusing on getting as much aerobic exercise as you can if you don't want to be lifting weights.
It sounds like you'd want to focus on lifting weights at some point after that 2 months, because that's an important thing.
Yes. It's important to build muscle because muscle's metabolically active. So really, to lose weight, you need to build muscle.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm cutting out this large guy. He's gone now. Back to me, though. If you don't see muscular gains for like 2 years and you're working out, what's probably the biggest reason?
Your diet. So not getting enough protein. And also kind of the weights and reps you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
For a guy to really build muscle, you're going to do more kind of short sets. You'll do like a 5x5 set,
mm-hmm.
where you're doing maybe 5 to 6 reps for 5 sets. And you're going to be maxing out your weight versus, when I train female clients, we're going to be going maybe 15 to 20 reps for about 2 to 3 sets. So it's a completely different style of training.
Would it be better for somebody to do 50 minutes of this workout, light ones, just lightly moving back and forth, almost like cardio with weights? Or would it be better for them to do 20 minutes of pushing really hard on 3 weights? 3 different.
It just depends, what their goals are, what their fitness level is. So we vary, obviously, depending on the client and what they're looking to do.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. 5x5. I haven't heard that one before. That's a popular one. Am I right?
Yes.
That's pretty cool. This is a wonderful thing. Let's see, are you introverted or extroverted?
I think I'm more introverted.
Mm-hmm. And then maybe sensing, more concrete and sense of the physical world. That probably fits with. That's my guess.
I guess. I'm not super sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not super sure what that entails.
Like, are you more like constantly abstract thoughts? Or is it more like the physical world is what you...
I function very much in the physical world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm a doer. So I like to have a checklist. I like to go start,
process-oriented?
Absolutely.
Thinking or feeling, which one guides your decision-making?
Ooh, it's kind of a combination of both. I try to think it out, but as a woman, you feel things, you're emotional. So it's kind of a combination of both.
Fair submission. And then open-ended or like a deal closer? Like options open or more like things have to be structured?
I like structure, but I'm also, always trying to grow and trying to expand and evolve. So I try a lot of new things. I'm always trying to expand my boundaries, expand my thoughts, be open-minded to new thoughts and ideas.
Well, you messed up the whole thing, but the first 2 are IS.
Oh.
I can't do the second one, the third one, and the fourth one, because it could be thinking or feeling, and it could be judging or perceiving. It's somewhere there.
I'm somewhere in the middle.
Mm-hmm. We'll go with maybe ISTJ. Solid ISTJ, maybe. ISTP is a common soccer player type. ISTP. That's not bad. But that's cool. It's good to have a sense of, like, how you see the world. I'm not as concrete, so, like, I'll miss things in the world that other people notice, obviously. They just don't hit my brain as focused, That's cool. Good. We have covered a plethora of topics here, which is a wonderful thing. In this wonderful location, which is very nice and open, and nobody around for noise or something like that. That's a cool thing. Kai, I want to thank you for having been on episode number 235 of the Armin Show podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
You know it. And we are out.